Good morning, pregame crew. Happy winter solstice. It is Tuesday, December 21st, 6:25 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:25 a.m. Eastern Time. You are at the pregame show. Audio visual check, please. Hi, Neil, Veronica, Roger, Night Truck, Brian, Greg, Mal, Steven, Don, Maricella. You're what you eat. Lap to win. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Neb. Thanks for the hey, y'all. Ronnie, making me feel at home. What is your favorite Christmas sweet? Candy, treat, confection? What's your favorite? Hey, Tammy, Dino, Chuck. Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it. We'll get started here in just a bit. I have time to take a request or two before I get started with the indices, commodities, cryptos, movers, and shakers of the day. We have a little bit more action this morning as far as in individual names. We got a nice dead cat bounce. You can hear you, Dono. Good. Thanks, Roger. Hi, Nitja. Tomato juice. Hi. How are you? Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, please. You just like chocolate, Jessica? My personal favorite is fudge, so I guess I'm with you, chocolate. Google, let's look at it, Brandon. All right, Google. Google technically lost the weekly uptrend here when we lost 2804. Still has a potential of a monthly bull flag, and that is this little bear break with very little follow through gives more credibility to the potential monthly bull flag. So that's the large time frame. On the 4 hour, we're still looking for a trend change, and on the hourly, we're looking for a trend change. So an aggressive bear would be looking to short this hourly 50 MA right here. There's plenty of room for a higher low, but I think top fishing Google this morning makes sense. And I'll probably say that a few more times this morning because that's where we're looking. And what you could have going on here is an inverse head and shoulders. And that matches up with what we got going on with NASDAQ with a potential inverse head and shoulders on the 4 hour. So I think the morning is for aggressive bears, and I think the midday is for aggressive bulls or more conservative bulls waiting for that hourly higher low. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Hey, Christopher. Oh, you got to go check out the fridge. Oh, you like brownies? Us girls, we like our chocolate. I made homemade caramels last week. I've never done that. They were really good. So on Google, I like Google on longer term time frame charts. Who asked me about this? You do keto, Roger? Good for you. You do fat bombs? I did keto for a while. Grappa filled with Nutella. Okay, now I got to go Google that, Ronnie. I've never heard of it. Neo is having a good morning. Oh, Brandon, you're the one that asked about Google. I do like Google for longer term time frames. It may be a buy down here actually, but in the short term for day traders, I'd be looking short. Neo was having a good bounce this morning. We kept getting these little bitty bear breaks without a lot of follow through, which makes the bull start looking the other way. I would look to top fish 29.19. We know that Neo has a habit of breaking bull and then getting rejected, and that hourly 50 MA is sitting right there waiting to bonk the bulls on the head. So be careful. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Give me my Christmas present early. How about that? So I'm still on the fence about doing the pregame show tomorrow. I told y'all I was taking off Thursday, and of course Friday the market's closed. I may take off tomorrow too. I will let you know. TCGers, I'll post it in the room. Twitterverse, I'll post it out there. If you don't follow me on Twitter, why not? I am Charkow Lori. And we're here at the midpoint of the hour. Let's get started with the pregame show. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and you have found yourself at the pregame show. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis. So what I do every morning is I go over the indices, crypto, commodities, movers, and shakers of the day. I kind of just give you a view of what I see. Doesn't mean it will come to fruition as I see it. I will give you setups. It is up to you to use your fishing pole to find said setups and actually trade them. You need a fishing pole. I give you the setups, and if they come to fruition, great. If not, that's part of the journey. So looking at ES, if you're interested in my chart setup, I don't know where the bottom ones went, but the yellow is the 50 simple moving average. Green and red is 8 and 21 EMA. Yellow candles are just JC inside bars. And what I'm looking at is bulls have given themselves enough room for a higher low on the 4 hour. So conservative bulls will be waiting right here. Aggressive bears are waiting right here to short. So the levels that we have on the hourly, we just made a higher high without a lot of follow through. So we got to look for that potential rejection. 4577 is your support. Then down at 4520, you have resistance 4621, 4642, and 4647. I like the NASDAQ chart better because we got this little whoop-de-doo over here. So we have more of an inverse head and shoulders forming. This is early pattern recognition, meaning we don't have all of the components. Here's one component, there's one body part, second body part, and now we're waiting on the third body part. It's only 2 of 3 early pattern recognition, but we want to see a very shallow pullback and turning and burning by the bulls, buying of the dip. And we got to get over this 50 RSI on the 4 hour. Someone asked me, why do I use the 4 hour in yesterday's show? They put it in the comment section. It's just a nice way to divide up a 24-hour day, even though the futures trade 23 hours. It's just a nice way to break it up. We also like to use the 12 hour, the 6 hour. I'm just looking for clarity. What's going on? It doesn't mean that I think the 4 hour is superior to any other time frame. I'm just looking to condense the chart into something that makes sense. I can make sense of it and say, okay, what are the most likely scenarios? And I would say NASDAQ looks a little bit more positive than the other 4. RTY has a nice bounce, bouncing a little bit harder, but again, I like this 4 hour inverse head and shoulders potential pattern on NASDAQ. RTY, I could probably make a case that this has the same. When they're not buying IWM, the Russell, we know that that's a risk off scenario and environment, and we're getting a great bounce in IWM this morning. That could help our tax loss harvesting names. I added to that list this morning. So these are names that I'm looking for to potentially have bounces at the end of the year into next year as they get tax loss harvested, meaning people sell to book those losses to offset capital gains, and have max capitulation, looking for those dead cat bounces. Back to pregame list. YM doesn't look as healthy to me. Doesn't mean that it's falling apart. They have enough room for a 4 hour higher low. We just got that hourly higher high, but didn't get a lot of follow through. Support 34925, 34858, then 34547. Resistance 35163. And 35481. It's interesting, y'all. I get a cup of coffee every morning and I try to gulp it down right before I go live. That's never a smart idea. For someone who's supposed to know charts and kind of smart, I'm pretty dumb with that. Okay, VIX. VIX is telling me a story this morning. So yesterday I talked about how I would be buying VIX puts on this VIX pop yesterday. So we popped, this is like 2 a.m. yesterday, my time. And this is at 7 a.m. This is when the market opened here. And we have pulled back 21% since that high. That's how fast the VIX can melt. It doesn't mean the VIX can't go from here to kingdom come in a nanosecond. But when it has those extreme pops, it typically will fade back. However, we are at the 0.618 retracement, the golden pocket area. I'm looking for a dead cat bounce here on VIX, and that would match up with my thesis of looking bearish first thing this morning. I have some overnight long positions. I will be looking to sell on this gap up, and then I will be looking to flip to the short side. And then when this bounce is over, I would then be looking for that NASDAQ. Again, I think the NASDAQ controls everything. That NASDAQ 4 hour higher low. You thought I was just naturally hopped up? I am naturally hopped up too. I love what I do. I know y'all can feel that. I hope y'all can. I've been up since 1:50 this morning too, so there's that. I need that coffee. Resistance 49339. That's the high of this most recent pop on Bitcoin. Then 49339. 49459. And then your support 48607, 48454. Let me see what gives me clarity here. So we got the 12-hour trend change, but on the daily, we're still looking for a lower high compared to 49,500 right here. So bears just probably stepped into Bitcoin at this area, 49,500, but we have potentially enough room for a higher low compared to 45568. And this bounce matches up with what we got going on with the indices. This looks like a diamond bearish reversal pattern. So if we EQ out over here, that would then be a diamond bearish reversal pattern where you get the higher high, lower low, EQ on the right side, and then fall over. We shall see. Ethereum. Hey John, I just went over Google earlier. 3 a.m. is not morning? I was up at 1:50 a.m. That's the middle of the night, I guess? I don't know. I'm not a normal person. I don't have normal hours, and I'm okay with that. My sleep schedule matches up with what I love to do, which is trade. All right, we got resistance for Ethereum, 406389. Ethereum got that daily higher high. A little bit stronger than Bitcoin. Support 3991, then down at 3908. And did you know that we have a whole channel dedicated to just Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Then we have another channel that is dedicated to just altcoins. Lots and lots and lots of setups are posted over there. So if that's something you trade a lot, you may want to join TCG and hit the like button. Why don't you? All right, GC. Yes, I am dedicated. You know, have y'all ever heard of Dave Ramsey? I love Dave Ramsey. He is the founder of Financial Peace University. Dave, I said Dave, I think, and then I typed Dave Ramsey. I have a point, I promise. So Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace University, and he has taught people, millions of people, how to save money, live within your means. And his saying is, if you want to live, you have to live like no one else so you can live like no one else. And I believe that with all of my being. And what he means is you have to save your pennies. You can't keep up with the Joneses. You have to stay out of debt, keep your credit free, pay cash for stuff. And you got to sell so many, if you're in debt, sell so many things that the kids are afraid you're going to sell them next. That's one of his things. So I live by that in my personal life, and I also live that in my work life. I am going to put in work and dedication more than anyone else. So I'm living like no one else, so I can live like no one else. So that resonates with me. So maybe that's something that resonates with you. And we actually had a member say something like that when someone asked, do y'all drink? Like, I think I'm going to get rid of alcohol. It doesn't serve me. And he says he gave up alcohol and he drinks coffee at night so he can find the crypto opportunities and seize them. And he's living like no one else so he can live like no one else. So maybe that's your morning inspiration. Maybe it helps someone. Maybe I'm rambling too much. All right. So on the 4 hour, we're looking for a 4 hour lower high on gold compared to 1804. You have support down at 1789. Oil, we're getting that dead cat bounce. We have API estimates possibly after hours today. It is a holiday week, so that may have changed. So please verify that on your own. The high of this bounce so far, 69.93. Support 68.56. We are still looking for a 4 hour lower high. We have enough room now, though, for a higher low. I see no trade in here. All right, so Nat Gas is trying to get a little giddy up. I was looking at this morning thinking, do I want to enter? No, that kind of looks like a bear flag. Well, they negated the bear flag, all right. They're coming in hot to resistance at 3887, then 3924. Again, we're looking for that monthly higher low, it may be prudent to bottom fish a hourly higher low here compared to 3719 Ark. Hey, yes. Awesome. All right, Ark. So what I'm looking at in Ark has a capital distribution at the end of every year. So last year it was $2.04. 2019 it was 19 cents. So this year it could approximately be, the people that I follow, $3. So if it were around $3, then of course things could get artificially deflated with Ark. So I'm watching it for that reason. But what that made me go look at it, and we have, sorry about all the bouncing around, y'all. We have a daily inside bar, super tight for Ark. So we had this big bullish engulfing candle and daily inside bar resistance 96.46, and we are right there in pre-market. So we need to get over yesterday's high, 96.46, during regular trading hours. So we may get that pullback if the NASDAQ pulls back, and then we could bottom fish it. The next resistance, 97.51. Big C. Okay, this is really out in left field for me to give y'all this one. This is getting those tiny lower lows with very little follow through. It was mentioned this morning on CNBC as a name to watch and a great value. It's getting real tight. It has a squeeze on the hourly. We're getting through the 50 RSI. I like it over 36.80 for a long. Big C for a long. CCJ. I'm not worried about a spike in VIX at this point that's a great question. So Jay's question, are you worried about a spike in the VIX causing a major sell-off? No. Now, if it spikes and gets straight to a higher high, V-shape, yes. But look at this pullback. So I'm going to clean all this off. So remember this number, 61%, 65%. Okay, so we pull back 61% of this, of this whole move, 61%. So the most likely scenario is a lower high. Will it be a bear flag or EQ? I don't know. But if you give me this and you say, okay, you have to top fish a lower high, what are the odds that it's going to be a lower high? And this is just off the cuff, Jay, I would say about an 80% chance. Now, will it be a bear flag lower high or a 50% retrace lower high? I don't know. But odds favor a lower high compared to 26.18 on all fronts. So that's why I would say I'm looking for more of a dead cat bounce in VIX. Let NASDAQ cool off, get that 4-hour higher low. But remember, so VIX has not given itself enough room to go get a higher high. But NASDAQ and ES have. Look at the size of that bounce. So on their pullback, I would give it like a 70% chance that we're going to get a higher low, barring any other crazy news, that we would get a higher low. So does that make sense? So I'm working those odds together. So it's like a push-pull, and it works. Those correlations, which I learned from the master, Dan, he's so much better at it than I am. But those type correlations, you can work those into your trading, and it becomes a really fantastic superhuman strength thing to do. CCJ. So this is one play that Dan is watching. He's watching it. So it made me go look from this low over here on the weekly. We had a low back here. Let me do it from the monthly. It cleans it up. From the monthly, 1534, swing low to swing high of 28.49 on November 8th. And we are now at the golden pocket of 1994. Yesterday we hit 2002, almost to the penny. So now we're bouncing. So patient bulls are going to wait for a pull back. And the best thing that could happen to us is a possible 5-minute oversold. So tell me when RSI gets oversold on the 5-minute for CCJ, and I would be interested in an entry. And if you watched Dan do this yesterday on XBI, it was freaking gorgeous. So that's what I'm looking for on CCJ. Okay. Crowd's tricky. So this is an inside bar forming with an ING because it is not closed yet. Last week we closed with an inside bar and we opened up within that range. This could be a weekly bear flag. Bulls have to be cautious. But at this point, I like the play. with this squeeze here for a potential break over yesterday's high for a bull play, but I would be looking to exit prior to hitting 216.61. IWM. IWM, same trade set, very similar, not same, but similar to CCJ. Let's go set that 5-minute alert. Tell me when 5-minute RSI gets oversold. So I have my alert down here and it will let me know when 5-minute gets oversold on IWM. And we have such a beautiful bounce that we're just looking for an hourly high or low, and that's where the conservative bulls are stepping in, looking for a higher low relative to 208.76. MU. Okay, we're getting over that all-time high. The all-time high of 89.05. We were bucking up here this morning. So on this chart, I'm going to type it out. I like a back burner trade. I like a high-low bar trade. I like a stair step trade, but only on pullbacks, not a stair step to the upside. So if this thing is in blue sky, well, not blue sky territory. We've got other resistances from over here, but I am not looking to short something that absolutely crushed earnings. I'm only looking to go long. Looking long, I'm waiting for my high of low bar setup where I wait for those candles to break the high of the low bar and then enter and put my stop underneath. Nike, same thing. Their earnings weren't they weren't received as fantabulous as Micron was, but we have resistance 164.44, support 162.36 and 162, high of low bar back burner trade setups. SMH. So why am I looking at SMH? Because MU killed earnings. So I'm looking for a bounce in MU. We already got the bounce going, so I missed it. I'm not part of this trade now. So back burner, I guess, is the name of the day. Theme of the day, story of the day, back burner. All right, so that is SMH. I'm looking for a back burner trade. I'm trying to nail that hourly high or low. Okay, you want me to, yeah, hit the like button, why don't ya? Thank you, Crypto Moves. All right, Tesla, let's look at it. So Tesla has a beautiful bounce, all right? But we need a trend change. We can't, I guess it did. That is just not convincing. So I would be looking bearish this morning and then looking to go long midday. I actually have Tesla to the long side and I'm going to sell this gap up. I don't know what's going on with Elon. I don't want to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to sell the gap up and then I'd love to buy it on a pullback. Facebook. Meta. Facebook, definitely no hourly trend change yet. Bears will be sitting here waiting at 329.90 for a short, but it has plenty of room for hourly high or low compared to 32253. So do y'all see the theme? We're looking bear. Doesn't mean it's going to work out like this, but odds favor looking bearish this morning because we don't have the hourly trend changes, and then mid-morning look to buy those dips, and hopefully most of them will be in the back burners type setups. For me, those are clear. Those are crystal clear. When I'm looking for hourly high or low and I get a 5-minute oversold, I have more confidence entering that trade. Yeah, hit the like button. What would I do if I lived back east or in Puerto Rico? Ronnie, I just wouldn't get up as early. I've thought about living in Puerto Rico. I actually visited Dorado for tax purposes. Beautiful place. Gorgeous. Okay. Microsoft. Yep, Sava is up. I posted it in the room that Sava is definitely squeezing shorts. It got whacked yesterday, and I noticed it in pre-market volume, and I posted it in the TCG room. So Microsoft, let's look at it on a large time frame. No big harm done. All stocks mean revert at some time. Mean reversion happens when the chart price returns to the 21 EMA. This chart is not broken. We have positive structure, EMA stacked on top of each other. So that's all good. That's all, as my grandma would say, fine and dandy. We're running into the hourly 50 EMA. Conservative bulls are going to be waiting over here, and aggressive bears will be waiting up here. 325 may be a clearer area to short, and then look for a pullback to buy. Brian, you're cute. All right. Well, that's it for me. I'll let y'all know if I cancel tomorrow. I am in need of a break, I think. I just want to enjoy my family over the holidays, but I sure do enjoy y'all. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notify button, and shoot, just come join us in chart, guys, and you get a whole lot of lore, probably more than you won't. All right, I love y'all. You stop losses.